Astro Tarot forecast. I am shuffling the Starman Tarot by David de Angelis, and this was created by the artworks that he designed and created for David Bowie. So it's intense, it's rock and roll, it's beautiful, and this is what the back looks like. I used this in last month's Psychic Tarot reading, so I'll be shuffling these while I go over the astrology for the month. Thank you for choosing me and for your support here, as well as on my Instagram page. Let's get to it. I wanted to talk about a transit on the very last day of March going into April, and that's on the 31st. Mars enters Gemini through May 15th. And this is exciting for Sagittarius because Gemini is your polar opposite sign. And that will always inspire your 7th house of soulmates and marriage and relationships and business partnerships. And with Mars in this area, there is drive, determination, energy, passion, stamina, will, and feistiness for the soulmate to find and or commit, express to feel passion for. There's energy here for Sag to be aligned with the right person in that time frame. So if you're single, this is beautiful for someone coming into the picture. If you're in a relationship, you could decide to take it further. If you are in a relationship, watch the anger in between the two of you. Mars here can make already established relationships a little bit aggressive, and you just want to watch your tone and how you're communicating. And as well with business partnerships too. Don't be too forceful to make things happen. They will kind of create a standoffish energy if you push too hard. I think you need to come as an assertive person in business, but not an aggressive person. On the 5th of April, we have our new moon at 15 degrees of Aries in fire. This will trine the planetary placements you have in Sagittarius. This new moon is new love. Now, if some of you are getting a little feisty with Mars in that relationship sector, you've got new opportunity already available to you by the 5th of April, or at least that's the catalyst day. There's a fresh new start to Sagittarian's love life. Some of you have a new baby on the way, a new pregnancy, and some of you have new fertile ideas or creative concepts that are being birthed or coming to fruition at this time. This is a beautiful new moon for fun. And that's what the 5th house is, and that's what Sagittarius loves. That's the moon where you want to go out and place a few bets, if you do. Gamble. Not saying to bet the farm, but the 5th house is also the sports and gambling sector. So why not throw a few bones in that area and see what happens? On the 10th of April, your ruling planet is stationed with you in your sign, and he retrogrades on the 10th at 24 degrees of Sagittarius. And he'll be retrograde through August 12th in your 1st house. I don't mind this though. This is not a malefic or maleficent planet. This is opulence and joviality. This is positivity, just more slowly dispersed than full speed ahead like he's been. You'll still have Jupiter with you through mid-November, so you will still be creating and expanding the life that you desire. On the 17th, Mercury enters the sign of Aries. More fire. Similar to where that new moon was, Mercury then takes over in the communications of your true love and romance sector. This is great for creating the paperwork and contracts in business or entrepreneurial business licensing, getting what you need handled for your private ventures. Mercury is analytical and tends to all of the data. So getting your mind involved in the 5th house of birthing children. Some of you are pregnant and dealing with scheduling Lamaze classes and learning and reading all you can about pregnancy. with Mercury in the 5th. Of course, not all of you, for those of you who are pregnant or having babies. On the 19th, the full moon brings closure at 29 degrees of Libra in your 11th house. Some of you are closing the door on the internet presence or some form of social life or friendships. You can say goodbye to something that is not serving your highest good. On the 20th of April, the Sun enters Taurus, and additionally, Venus enters Aries. So when the Sun is in Taurus, this is beautiful for your health and wellness and your work and daily regimens and routines. You can handle things more effortlessly, routes to school for the kids, deadlines with clients, and errands around the neighborhood. All the things run smoothly when the Sun is in the 6th house. But mostly you're able to recuperate if feeling ill or having dealt with a sickness. And then Venus in Aries is all about attraction again, similar to where Mercury and the new moon had their energy. In that 5th house, there's baby boys and baby girls available for Sagittarius with Mercury and Venus there. Let's see what comes up in the tarot, but I would say too, with Venus in the 5th, you're attracting the right relationships or dating. This is about fun-loving dating. Why tie yourself down? If you're not in committed relationship, I feel like Sag needs to be lighthearted, and with Venus in the 5th house, you could be attracting more experiences like that. Okay, let's see what comes up. If you'd like a private reading, I'm at audreyalison.com, and you can book via the PayPal drop-down menu. Select your desired reading length, and I'll get back to you in a day or two to set it up. Okay, Sag, here's your first card, 5 of Cups. Well, it's time to say goodbye to sadness, and this is the card of feeling a little remorse, and the retrograde could have had your mind feeling that way. The retrograde of Mercury in Pisces, which is 5 of Cups, very emotional and maybe even a little bit nostalgic. I know that's the 6 of Cups primarily, but I am feeling a little bit of a remorse from the past. 3 of Cups. Some of your friendships, like I mentioned with the full moon in the 11th house, you might be cutting a few of these friends out of the picture. Not everyone is meant to be around you forever. And if you're struggling with how to get out of something, I think you should take all of April to make your choices. The 2 of Coins is weighing options. Some of you have double responsibility, or you're weighing the decision between 2 jobs, or you're trying to get so much done that your social life is taking a little bit of a pause. And maybe you're regretful of choosing so much work over other people right now. But you can trust that you're doing so to become stable in your career. And this is the Queen of Coins, mastering a very high level of your environment and occupation. The Queen of Coins is an earth sign female. Wow, this card is intense. Earth sign female, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Fertile is what I get when I look at this, and there's a lot growing around her. She's uprooting trees from the earth. So some of you are even gardening and getting your hands in the earth and creating your garden sanctuary space, your food space, growing. Some of you are growing herbs and vegetables is what I'm getting, tending to and taking care of your health. And that comes with the diet. So maybe Sagittarians are getting into nutrition and health and wellness. You have one more card. What are you sad about? Four of Cups. Some of you are looking at the glass half empty instead of half full. And some of you have some addictive people around you, or you're relying on vice too much. When I see the Four of Cups with another emotional cup card like the 5 or the 7, or if I see the Devil card come up, it's about drinking too much or relying on too much of that nebulous vice and being diluted. So try to hone in on what you're partaking in the month of April, and focus on the coin cards, the security, your environment, your property, your health, and your well-being. And if you're emotional about relationships, that 5th and 7th house that are lit up, Sag is usually pretty good at picking up where they just dropped off. You're not single for more than a day or two. So if you're sad about something not working, you've got Venus working in your 5th house. You've got the energy of Mars in the 7th house. I'm sure you'll be all right. You'll be okay. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Happy spring. If you'd like a private session, I'm at audreyalison.com, Sag. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.